So there was a ruling by a judge in which the judge said that, they ruled that Donald Trump cannot block anybody on Twitter because it violates the people who he's blocking. He's violating their First Amendment rights because the First Amendment protects your free speech from being censored by the government, and that's what it is. And so it's so basic common sense because Donald Trump is the president, which means he's part of the government, and he's barring free speech from other people when he's the president. That's like literal, so obvious First Amendment grounds of being in violation of the First Amendment. A lot of people don't understand how the First Amendment works or how free speech works because I'll see people on the left, a lot of people, by the way, this is not an underscoring, I see this a lot, where they'll be talking about Colin Kaepernick and they'll be invoking the First Amendment as in being like, oh, like, Jim Harbaugh's like, check the Constitution. It's like, the Constitution doesn't apply to private businesses. What are you talking about, dude? The First Amendment does not apply. The First Amendment does not apply to private businesses. So what are you saying, dude? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And so people need to understand this. On the left, people claiming that, somehow the First Amendment applies to the NFL. No, what the fuck? That doesn't apply. That applies to... The First Amendment prevents the government from silencing your free speech. And so this is so dumb. Here's what Mark Dice... You guys may know who Mark Dice is. He's a crazy lunatic. He literally used to make Illuminati conspiracy videos. I shit you not. I think they're still up on his channel, so you can check those out if you want. It's kind of crazy. But here's the tweet he sent out. Of course, he's a Trump apologist, and that's sort of his rise. His tweet says, a judge has ruled Trump can't block trolls on Twitter because it violates their First Amendment right. So wins the lawsuit against @Jack for violating conservatives' First Amendment when Twitter deleted our tweets, shadow bans them, or suspends our accounts. So what's the obvious distinction there? Jack is not part of the United States of America government, you fucking idiot. I don't understand, like, this is common sense. I don't get it. Donald Trump is the president is part of the government. He's barring free speech of the people who then can't see his tweets or tweet at him, which is censoring them, their speech. The government is censoring their speech. That is, by definition, a First Amendment violation. Jack is a private person. He's not part of the United States government. Are you fucking insane? Like, I don't understand how people can just be so stupid, lacking obvious knowledge. In this tweet, I shit you not, has an abomination of 9.9k retweets and 21.7k likes. A first grader could understand, Donald Trump is part of the government. The First Amendment applies to the government. Jack is not part of the government. He's a CEO of a private business. The First Amendment doesn't apply to them. Like, what is this, man? And again, there's people on the left who don't understand free speech either, as I outlined earlier. Like, it's kind of basic, to be honest. It starts to get into some, tough lining. Not really, to be quite honest. But, no, Trump can't block people on Twitter. He's the president. He's part of the government, which would mean that he's barring the free speech of Americans, which your free speech cannot be barred by the government.